unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Hey, yay. Hey, yay. We are all gathered here to discuss a legal dispute. Vergil Ortiz lets the world know what he really feels about Oscar, I do believe, De La Hoya, and Golden Boy. And let me just start off by saying some of you will be shocked. In this video, I'm going to break everything down. Your boy Ego, I got to get unpacked. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I have extensively been following this case. Vergil Ortiz suing Oscar De La Hoya, I do believe, and Golden Boy. He wants out. He tried to backdoor Oscar and Golden Boy and do business with Eddie Hearn and DAZN, leaving Golden Boy in the dust. Oscar De La Hoya fought back. He is countersuing Vergil Ortiz's manager. He's been blaming Vergil Ortiz's manager, Rick Mirigan. And there was, it's so much going on, bro. And if you want to know what's going on in the world of boxing, the best thing that you can do is to subscribe to me, because piece by piece, I've been breaking down cases like this, and it will help so much because each video I get to go in detail. Videos like this is pretty much a continuation. So if you didn't watch the first videos, I suggest you go back and watch them on the channel. Otherwise, you might not get it even with me doing the cliff notes, a quick recap. Anywho, Oscar is suing Vergil Ortiz's team. Vergil Ortiz is suing Golden Boy. And the two, they're at an impasse. And it's looking ugly. Vergil was trying to, through his manager, cut a 3-fight deal, I believe it was, with Eddie Hearn in Rematch Room, move on. They said they're free and clear and in the clear to be free agents and do whatever they want, and they're not tethered to Golden Boy. Golden Boy and Oscar, they said something totally different. Oscar is like, no, read your contract again. Your manager and the people in your ear, pss, 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 they doing you harm and doing you wrong. And that's where we're at. Oscar got a TRO, a temporary restraining order, and the judge was supposed to rule on what the next step was. Would they dissolve, dissolve the TRO and agree that Vergil Ortiz is able to move on with his career regardless of Golden Boy and, pretty much bail on Golden Boy? Or B, call for an arbitration, which means they have to sit down, Vergil Ortiz, Golden Boy, their representation, and they got to congregate, if you will, in order to find a solution with an arbitrator. Somebody to kind of mediate what's going on and look at the two arguments, blah, blah, blah. The problem with that for Vergil Ortiz is there's no exact time frame, right? No real exact time frame. You could be out for a week. You could be out for months, possibly even a year. And I ain't passed the bar, but I know a little bit enough that you won't illegally, right? If I had to take an educated guess, unless, and here's again, we don't know everything, unless they like drop it, which I'm going to get into. It don't sound like that's going to be the case. I would say this is going to take months, and Vergil Ortiz is going to be sidelined for a minute, right? He's going to be sidelined for a minute, which is bad for a young fighter's career if you're wasting away prime years. Now, let's be real. See, this why I keep telling y'all I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. There's nobody in the game that got my longevity. No team, just came in the game dolo with no connections, no access to an immediate gym. Just came in kicking indoors, bro. I'm a pioneer in this game. You feel me? So I keep telling you I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. The information, you could take it to the bank. And I've been 100% accurate when it comes to this Vergil Ortiz business and Oscar De La Hoya. And for a person, again, like Vergil Ortiz, your career has already been sidelined for other reasons, right? Remember when Vergil kept missing weight or getting himself sick from training too hard or whatever? They said he had rhabdomyolysis, and he was depleting his body, and his body, they were thinking like he might have to actually retire because of the damage he was doing to his body. When you have rhabdo and you overwork, you pretty much overheat, and then your organs start emitting toxins through your bloodstream. So it could be very dangerous, like sepsis. You know what I mean? Very dangerous if you're releasing toxins throughout your body, and it puts people down. And obviously, it's not a good look. So Vergil Ortiz already had that battle where he was, for real, he was battling that, where he was constantly getting sick, didn't seem to be able to make weight good. And as a result, his career stagnated. I remember he was supposed to fight Stanionis, not Jaron Boots Ennis. It was Vergil Ortiz. He was supposed to Ben fought him, but initially Stanionis, he had appendicitis, so he had to get his appendix removed. And that was one time that the fight was canceled or postponed because of him. But 2 times, at least, the fight was postponed because of Vergil Ortiz. And then he ended up moving out of the weight class, and the rest is history. Later on, Jaron Boots Ennis destroyed him and beat him, right, in a unification. So for a person like Vergil Ortiz, I wouldn't really advise to go through what you're going through. Boxers, I say it all the time, they have a shelf life, right? And depending on how you choose to fight, that shelf life can grow smaller. You know what I mean? What do I mean? If you're not a Floyd Mayweather or rest in peace Pernell Whitaker, you're not a complete fighter like that, where you're not just offensive minded, you work on your defense too. Your shelf life and your window shrinks, because I don't care what type of chin you have. If you getting punched up and knocked out or hit with like hammers from some of these bigger punchers in your weight classes and stuff, plus going through training camp, you gonna put your body through the ringer, and it's gonna run amok, and you're essentially reducing your years in the game, period, when you fight like that. especially if every fight's like that. So a person who's battled these weight issues and also has a style like Vergil Ortiz. I'm not trying to clown. I'm not being funny. Vergil Ortiz ain't no Pernell Whitaker at all. You look at his face at the end of his fights, you could tell he's been in the fight. And he's undefeated. So he won all of the fights, but he ain't really fought nobody as good as Jerron Boots Ennis. And he don't have a defense like no Floyd Mayweather at all. So based on his style and rhabdo and all this type of stuff, you're squandering potentially prime years of your career on account of you think you're a free agent. So best of luck to it. We'll see how it all plays out. But for me, this look ugly for Vergil Ortiz because you only got one career. You got one body, one career, and you got to cash in and make it count. And now you're potentially going to be on the sideline for Lord knows how long. Now, Vergil Ortiz, this is the part. I told you stay tuned to the end of the video. This is the part that some of you guys might be shocked about. He posted this tweet yesterday. Although the judge didn't see it our way and the fight is blocked for now. Exactly what Boxingego told y'all. Remember, there are content creators who were lying and clickbaiting saying the fight was done. In boxing, it ain't over until it's over. How is the fight done? And then the fight never got announced. And he's saying the fight is blocked for now, which is exactly what I told you. Jerron Boots Ennis and Eddie Hearn not finna wait for no legal struggle and just keep Boots cooked. Contractually, they probably can't, right? Because, like, for example, and I want you guys, I go deep, pause. But I got to go deep because a lot of people don't understand how boxing works. In boxing, there's certain clauses and contractual things. For example, Conor Benn just signed to Zuffa Boxing. That deal said they got to pay him X amount of dollars, let's say $15 million or whatever is being reported. In addition, Zuffa had to provide him a fight by, I think it was like May 30th. Right? So you would be in breach of your contract if you put him on the shelf and didn't give him a fight by said date, or you didn't pay, then you could be held liable for that. That's why they put him on the Tyson Fury card, because they had a deadline to meet, right? So Jerron Boots Ennis very well could have something like that in his contract that says Eddie Hearn owes him 2 fights a year, or 1 fight a year, or 6 months after his last fight, he got to fight again. You know what I mean? Because people have careers, and in the big leagues, when you're a great, talented fighter like Jerron Boots Ennis, you don't want to be on the sideline, and then your promoter shelves you, and now you can't pay your bills, you can't pay your mortgage, etc. So again, although the judge didn't see it our way, the fight is blocked for now, which is what I told you. My team and I will be moving on to arbitration and to the court appeal. So they don't like it, and they're going to fight it, and peep this. But wait, there's more. My time with Golden Boy Promotions is done. I am confident that my right to move on to other opportunities will be upheld. As always, I'm in the gym staying ready. Any 154-pound champion should do the same. It's only a matter of time. Now, another thing that I continue to get right. This generation is absolutely cooked. Why did he put this out? I don't understand why this generation feels you need to speak on everything. You are currently involved in legal proceedings. You can't really say much. You don't really know much because you haven't went through the arbitration. So what was the point of any of that, bro? And this is what I constantly complain about on the channel with this Gen Z level of fighter. What was this for? Like, what did you put this out for? Like, what did this accomplish? You're talking about my time with Golden Boy is done. How do you know that? Then you're like, I am confident that my right to move on will be upheld. Your confidence so far got you cooked by Golden Boy. You 0-2 to Golden Boy with all the legal stuff. Golden Boy posted a TRO so you couldn't announce a Boots fight. And then the judge gave him an interim injunction. I made a video about that. So what makes you so confident that your time with Golden Boy is done and your right to move on to other options will be upheld? Because if the judge felt that way, then why did she side with Golden Boy, which is what you said? Although the judge didn't see it our way and the fight is now blocked. So it's like, again, for me, I'm different. I come from a completely different generation, and I would not change it for anything in the world. I am not a fan of how people move in this new generation. My generation, talk less, more action. This new generation is talk, and talk to the point of incrimination. You have to understand, when you're currently involved in any type of legal, like pending legal litigation, anything you say or post or tweet, they can flip it on you potentially. Okay, cool. He said this, screenshot, see, Your Honor, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I don't understand it at all. It's this, what Vergil did for me is no different than them knuckleheads that are like D-boys and they post what they doing on Instagram. You posting it for the gram and the cops is watching. 12 is watching your moves and then they bust you, or they use your lyrics from songs like, oh, you did that? Oh, okay. Oh, he was there too? And they start self-incrimination. I would never do this, bro. You talking about my time with Golden Boy is done. How you know that? You're like, oh, my right to move on will be upheld. It wasn't upheld so far. So why are you confident if you should have got the TRO, the restraining order, dissolved and then announced the Boots fight? But clearly, Golden Boy's legal team spanked you and the judge seen it their way, your own words, although the judge didn't see it our way. So what makes you think that an arbitrator or the next step of the legal process is guaranteed to work like that to the point where your time with Golden Boy is done? And back to what I said initially, now you are probably going to, not only are you not getting the Boots fight next, you're probably going to be on the sidelines for a minute. You're probably going to be on the sidelines for a minute because all this got to get handled out, and you and Golden Boy clearly are not on the same page. So good job to Vergil Ortiz, his dad, Rick Murigan, because now if yours wasn't tight, then you shouldn't have went this route. And for me, given the fact that you lost the first two kind of like legal proceedings, lets me know that Golden Boy probably has somewhat of a case that I don't know how it plays out, but there's some stuff going on. We'll just say that. You're going to be on the sidelines, my boy. That's just what it is. If you don't conform and work with Golden Boy, like, because that's obviously an option, you bail out of it. Like Ryan Garcia, perfect example. He had beef with Golden Boy, wanted to leave, but contractually couldn't. So he's forced to work on the Barrios fight or Oscar Duarte, even though he was funking and beefing with Oscar. Now, Vergil Ortiz pretty much in the same boat. And you going against the Golden Boy. I'm sure he got paper. I'm sure he got a legal team. You know, people are like, oh, but he has rent. His rent wasn't paid in the Golden Boy headquarters. Well, Whatever was paid to get the injunction in the TRO. So I don't care nothing about that. So let me know what you guys think. For me, it's sad. I don't think fighters should get taken advantage or just submit if you feel like, you're in the clear. But the reality is you can't be in the clear like you're saying because you would have announced the Boots fight. And obviously something about it, the judge agreed with Golden Boy that they had like validity to what they were saying. Otherwise, the Boots fight would be announced. And furthermore, boxing, who knows, what if Boots fought Josh Kelly and lost? I'm not saying that's my fight prediction, but you never know how things work in boxing. So if you don't strike while the iron's hot, there's no guarantee that Boots fight is still lucrative. Boots could have a flat performance and win. He could lose. He could, miss weight, and then now he can't make the weight no more. I've seen it all in boxing. So very disappointing for boxing fans. A lot of people are going to initially blame Oscar, but I don't even care about that. To me, there's deeper. Is deeper than blame Oscar. He just don't want to fight Boots, bro. They try to X him out the game and out the deal with a fighter he's been promoting from day one. I mean, I don't know where y'all from, but that wouldn't fly with me either, right? You trying to do a lucrative fight without me, and contractually, it might not even be legal what you're trying to do. And I don't get no money off of it after years in the game and investing into promoting you. I mean, who wouldn't be mad at that, bro? And then you got Vergil Ortiz talking about, I'm confident. I'm confident, even though the judge didn't see it our way with all this early stuff, I'm confident it'll go our way next. So we'll see, Mr. Confident. Let me know how I did. We unpack. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use Streamyard. Click the link in the description for Streamyard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.